The mic is
We're
shaking.
good. The mic is checking.
It's showing that like the sound is moving, right?
Yeah, it is.
He started recording. That one is recording.
It's already recording.
It's already recording.
Yes.
So like you hold on to your phone. Now
So
yes.
here's an interesting part about this.
Yes.
Like the picture that was posted on the internet, right? Of how we dressed for the previous episode that was supposed to air out.
Yes.
And now it's
Don't worry. At what you don't know doesn't hurt you.
so what happened? There's a dressing code now, eh?
no. So the question would be like, what changed from like the episode that was supposed to air out and then like this
And then
episode
this
where
is the
like
one
you
that
guys are dressed different and whatnot. It's a scam,
See,
dude.
yeah.
I feel you.
Scam. I mean, today we got the guy. The guy's not going for gym today, so like he's here with us to do an
Yeah.
episode.
Yes, and even got his haircut today here, which is actually a
Dre's
good thing.
barber shop.
Yeah, from Dre's Barber Shop. Looking all
Actually,
fresh and ready.
Dre did his hair, so like,
Okay.
props, man. But how have you been?
Okay.
I've been okay. Guys, I've not been okay. Let me just be honest with you people. I've been through a lot. The past month, man, I've been so many different hospitals, man. That's been crazy. I wasn't feeling too well. You remember that time, right? I visit the hospital, they tell me to say, no, we don't have this and that, so go visit this other hospital. I go to the other hospital, they're like, no, we don't have this and that. These tests, we can't do them here. I'm like, hey.
Isn't that concerning?
Boys, I did what I thought it should be for.
But I'm okay. Yeah, at least I've come up with this. But after na pupuruka, at least I will continue with prayer.
It's good that you're okay. Because like with you being fine, you actually get to do the 4th episode.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you can say welcome to ZedMinds
Yeah.
podcast. Episode 4.
Yeah.
The uncles, favorite uncle, Mr. Kachiza.
I vibe forever, Lord Mushkest.
And today we've got a guy that has joined us for a conversation that is, stimulating to most young people. Like if you're really one of those young people,
Yeah.
we have the guy.
Hey,
Guy.
for me.
Tell them
So,
who you are.
my name is Danny Leeroy, the Z Tech guy, aka that mobile city guy.
The plug. So if you do Black Friday.
Black Friday not, but that's 50% discount. So.
For real. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
You
see that, huh?
Yeah.
That guy. Okay, we're safe.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, we'll be there for that promotion.
Please.
So today on this particular episode, I think we want to talk about role models.
Yeah.
Role models. Like, who are role models? We can start from there.
Role model. For me, I can say role model is somebody who you look up to and helps you improve yourself. Because, those people are there to inspire you. Because a role model can can impact you on how you do things. Because they've already made it. There's so many role models back at Kachiza. Like the way he reads books. Over role model.
I thought
Yes.
So a role model is just basically somebody who helps you improve your life, Marsha. For the better, not the bad.
Yeah. I know that's also something I can also agree with. I think to think of it, I think a role model is this figure that you look onto like your blueprints in something that you want to become.
Exactly.
You look up to someone and be like, okay, I feel like I would love to be as successful as that guy.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like it varies also, comes from different sectors. But I think that's what I can say about the role model. If on definition,
Like you see, the good part is like we are all giving our understanding of who a role model is.
yes.
So, like from your perspective, you explain who a role model is. Then I explain from my perspective as well. I would say a role model is someone that people put on a pedestal and aspire to be like.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Why we are discussing role models today is, and this is like my personal opinion. Doesn't mean like this is the gospel truth.
Yeah.
Before we look anywhere else, I'm a believer that we look into our own spaces. You know. So as a country, I feel like right now, if we're going to look at someone and say this person is a role model, they need to have money, they need to be in a certain space and be able to do certain things. And so now we're just telling people, be like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're actually people that you can look up to that don't even have money for like that, but these people are just outstanding people in
Yeah.
society. These are people that have made an impact, that actually, flashing money, doing all sorts of things. Example, right now, any person that has got a camera phone is trying to create content.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? They are making comedy clips, pranks, and all these other things.
Yeah.
So you can tell saying comedians are role models now.
Yeah.
But
True.
why are people getting into comedy? Because of money and whatnot. So like I think that's my definition of who a role model is. But then how do you separate a role model from a mentor? Who's a mentor?
I think my own perspective, I feel like a mentor is this figure that you can interact with and help you in what you
What you
want
want. Like,
to do, you know?
like you're saying, they'll help to shape you
Yes.
towards what you want. They're there. They're there, you see? So the mentor is like part and parcel with you. And then the role model is like the person that you are seeing, is like the vision. It's actually a Monica.
So in some way, now I'm thinking a role model and an idol. An idol is someone, an idol is someone that people worship.
Worship, yeah.
Then a role model is someone that you look up to.
Exactly.
So if they have done great things, you want to aspire to get to that level.
Yeah.
Then a mentor, I would say, someone that imparts in you what they've acquired over the years, whatever it is that they've been doing, so that you're able to go beyond what they have done. Do you think we've got people like that in society that want you to do actually better than them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys sure like we have people in society now
Now,
like that want you to do better than them?
exactly, yeah.
I believe they're there. There might be few, but they're still there.
They're still there, yeah.
It's like, do you think so? Mentors are people that want to collaborate with their mentees, like people that they're mentoring and collaborate with them, just so that they can move forward in life.
I don't really think so on that one.
Same here, because once you surpass the mentor, then what, So I've been mentored before, and I felt this person was holding back on me. You see, I don't know if the person was scared of my potential, or maybe they were scared that I would be better than them. So I really don't know. But mentors do, I think they do have some fear in their mentees becoming better than them.
Imagine the person that you are bringing up now doing better than them. How many people get chills about that? So like when you talk about collaborating with mentors are people that are teaching you, like we said.
Yes.
But then how do you collaborate with them to ensure saying like, okay, like this is how far you've come on your own. But if we get together, this is how far we can go. Like, can we also just talk about collaboration and why it's important that people should learn how to collaborate with others? As you know, you have role models, you have mentors, but then collaboration is one thing that we don't talk about in this space.
Okay, talking of collaboration on a mentor and a mentee, it's in rare cases, very rare cases. I believe like your mentor is just going to be like, if you want to do something, this is how you go about it. You can talk to this person, talk to that person, but finding a situation where you can collaborate with your mentor, it's in rare cases. They can just help you in your idea for it to be a success, but not really like working with them towards a goal. But probably in you achieving that thing, the good thing is for you to collaborate with the people in your field, you know?
So now, would you say, in a space of young people,
Uh-huh.
let's take away mentors and everybody else, and let's us put in a space of young people collaborating with fellow young people for the betterment of their lives. Example that I can give is when people talk about mining gold. And this is a collectiveness of young people coming from various sectors, different backgrounds and everything. The end goal is that everybody should get the bag.
Exactly.
So if you are saying it to the big man, it doesn't matter. But as long as in any team nabambi
Twin the
Mm.
chapas.
twende chapazi tule kumigodi tuimbe tufumye nga
Yeah.
twashitisha twakana.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
How possible is that here? And that's a case where there are people to collaborate like that for the benefit of at the end of the day, big man, taringire private bucket, shake.
Yeah.
Abantu baringire bantu.
Wow. Yeah.
You know. So is it possible to collaborate for something that is actually bigger than what we aspire to actually have as individuals?
It is possible, but I would say it's like a coin, my brother.
Mm.
Always has two sides. Collaboration. There are times you collaborate with people. Kyainda febuino monse mwakwaticha
Yeah.
kyakulya mwansho.
Mm.
Then there are times para bapewulyawo
Arafura
alafula mano mwansho. You'd want to gain more than
The
the
other.
people and the others mwansho. So now, why is it that that other person would want to gain more?
Mm.
That is the main problem that is there. That is the main fear that other people usually have to collaborate with other people. Ile mwisanga tubagaye baranagata ifini narapista fene
Yeah,
ne ozare tina zibaramu pita pamano mwamu. So there's also that we need to also look at that perspective as well. In as much as if you are in the people, but there's always going to be that wanting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have ever experienced that. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. Because check, in as much as you collaborate with people, you ask them to do certain jobs for you. Then the job that they do that side is not to what the person had wanted. Who are they going to blame? Definitely you, who they mentioned, and the people that you had collaborated with. Baranda, Kachiza, abantu bino babatiisa baddanyi okwo batufire this na so so tabableme baddanyi balablema imo bakatiza kaimu omwe baletere ba so kwali wali amafiyazi abantu balakina
Yeah, I can actually also relate it with
but let me put it like to you. I want to put it in this sense. You that is in the creative space. You work with different people on different levels. Like, would you say it's the same for you as well?
Yeah, it's the same. So there are sometimes when you work with someone, not knowing, let's say, for example, this person has a dent to his brand or her brand. You work with them, and all you just find out is a person to come and tell you to say, nishu bombera na oria, arachita so na so. So meaning if this person does this, it means you also do that, right? And it gets to affect the work, because now even while you're working, they don't trust you already. So any slight mistake, even if it's a natural mistake, you are at fault. You see. Then there also comes, let's say in music also, right? There are times when collaboration needs to help both of your careers. This one helps Kuntansh, the other one also Kuntansh. But now there are those people whom, if you work with them on anything, just the energy during working, they're not putting in the effort, and then it's a collaboration, but it's like nuevo work out stuff. You understand? So many people have reached the point of saying, I think it's best I work alone. Because if I work with these people, it's like they're just drawing me back. I'm failing to reach my full potential because every time I'm trying to reach my full potential, I'm already quite very a punch. You see? So yeah, it's
It's
just like you
bulky.
said, both sides of the coin, you know.
Mm.
So when you think about it,
Mhm.
are we failing because we do not have the proper tools for us to work with others, or we are just trying to do something that we've never seen being done before? Well, like why I say that? In the episode where we talked about exposure,
Uh-huh.
there are people that are more exposed than others, so they
Yes.
understand certain things from a
A
different point.
different
I'll
perspective.
give you
Yes.
an example. If let's say we are to cut a deal, there's a three of us here.
Mm.
There are certain informations of how I understand like how a business transaction should go.
Mm.
So I'll be on top of certain things.
Yes.
But then I'll take into account what you're contributing to the table, what is contributing as well. Then even when we work on these projects together, you know, we'll split the cost about. But when sometimes you just get up and say, oh, this is like everything starts from an idea.
Mm.
Then someone says, okay, you can actually do it, ABC, ABC. Then you just jump into it. Without actually having the proper information of how, okay, at this stage here, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. Are we failing to work with others because we do not have the right information of how we can go about it, or we're just failing because like, it's just
It's
difficult to
just
work with other people?
difficult. Mm.
I think it can be both ways. Why do I say so? If it's something you don't know, no matter how you're given an opportunity to work on it, you will either spend a lot of time to work well or you will never work well because you're not really exposed to that. Talking of exposure, then at times it's our inner self that draws back the art of collaboration because walaso sangati you would like to collaborate with someone but maybe you're lazy and you're affecting the other person. Let's not talk about the other person affecting us. Let's talk about us also affecting the other person. This person comes up with this idea, this energy, although they had, but okay, let's do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you're like, let me call you in the evening. At the end of the day, you're also drawing the other guy back. You get it? It's both ways. So I feel like both, it can be affected in both ways.
So like,
That's what I don't know, Lord Move. It's both. People don't know how to work with other people, and sometimes people do not have the right information on how to work with people. Sometimes, let's put emotional intelligence in this. You see, what abantu abati arebomba balebomvya my emotions wamonaka inchito teti enne bwino yapira mwansho then kwa na chite inchito chimisha kwa hey boy chitaso shanshani wamonaka. So it's just people don't really have the right directives on how to work with other people. Whatever, when you're working in a space, of course, I'm working with Mufti, I'm working with you here. Whatever, okay, Kachiza, pangana bumpe insara. Ila wako brain ina wako slow. Mwamona. Wow, guys, okay na. Ngapali ba gero tetabo mbe mwamona. Bila shtige mwamona ka. Ngapali ba gero guys tetabo mbe mwamona ka. So you need to understand the quality of the people that you are working with mwamona ka. To push for the work mwansha. If you don't understand the qualities of the people that you're working with, how do you expect to cut it?
That's a good point. So it's now what that to okay. So have you guys ever been in a situation where you come up with an idea, all energy in, then at the end of the day you find out that the person I could have that as youths we are like, I think his brain in my brain we're going to create something. Then Mwambana my idea, then this person just goes the other way.
I've been disappointed like that on many occasions. Like,
Man don't learn.
Yeah, man don't learn, brother.
No,
And then the crazy thing is, then when you start pushing alone and then these people start coming, nah, bro, how are you doing this? But bro, not quite ibodi hapa so ni pera pomira exactly it's me. I love working in a space where people teach me how to do the job, right? And you find that the youths of nowadays, for example, they see these big men that have made it. Back to role models, big men that have made it. Shine, go. Let's say maybe, for example, they see these, I'll give, sorry for using the name, Mr. Cassandra, the God boss. You see? Ngabamura, let's say, what are they going to run? They'll run and start asking for money, you see? Which is the main wrong thing that they usually do. Should ask that man, sit him down and ask him, how many youths that have actually come and sit down with you and say, boss, I have a project, this, and I need you to help me. How many? Should ask all these big men that usually have money. Find that all the time, youths are asking for handouts. And they're not really asking on how to get the work done.
Nobody wants the formula. They just want the key to
Nobody,
success.
exactly. Nobody wants the formula. They just want the key to success. But I got the formula, boy. Formula is key.
That's what I was even telling one of my friends. I was like, the more you're exposed with people, sometimes don't just ask for favors. Sometimes go there and be like, okay, boss, I would like to learn one or two things. How does this happen? Or maybe show them you have something and say, this is where I would like you to come in, and see their response. How it will be different if you say, and there will be a difference in how that person is going to react,
But like when somebody is always asking for anything, there are times where even if they pitch an idea to you, you look at it a certain way.
It's possible, but we live in a world of possibilities.
Can you look at it from a perspective of like maybe this is another idea of them just asking me for money? So now, why I say that? You asked the question. I think the other week when we did radio, the question that we were asked was, what is the biggest obstacle that we were asking? What is the biggest obstacle that we've ever encountered? Let's roll us down.
Shout out to Eric.
Yeah, shout out to Eric. Like, Eric from Platinum, the radio station. Not Platinum Korea company, the radio station. Yeah, like the
Radio station.
He set us up with radio. So my response to his question was, the day I realized saying like, I am my biggest obstacle, I had to get into a space where, for you to get me out of what I want to do, bruh, if you need all the energy you can get. If possible, please recruit other people to get me out of it. To his question, he said, the energy is right, and then you bring people together. I think working with others sometimes, not everybody sees what you see.
Exactly.
Not everybody sees what you see. So it has to do, I think you need to be determined saying like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. So if you are on board, like I'll give you like the proper tools that you need. I'll give you the information that you need, and then let's shoot. But if at any point you start doubting what you're trying to do, let me know and jump off the project. That's just it. But then sometimes you just keep on dragging people. In the end, you get tired of dragging other people, which would bring you to a space of. I was having a conversation with one of my brothers, and it was about how when you make money, sometimes it's very important to change your environment.
Yes.
Because I think with the spaces that we come from, people become familiar with you. So even when you're trying to push past certain things, people don't see past those things.
Muchiyamba balanda ati mfumu tayachita shani tayichinzwa shani, what I mean? Because you've been there, right? You've spent your life there and everything. So the moment you come up with a new idea to say this is what I want to do, or this is what I want to achieve, everybody will just look at you like, boys for no for.
And the other thing though, like the other thing that you should consider, I think over the past couple of weeks, me and you have had conversation about, we need to put people on, like, people that need to learn certain things so that we can ease up on what we do. majority of people that I've talked to, the first question they ask is, how much am I going to get?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm trying to give you a skill. I'm not making money, I'm trying to give you a skill. I can pay you to do a job today. But if I give you a skill, even if it's not me that you're going to do work with, you still make money.
True.
Even if it's not me that is going to hire you to do something, other people will see what you're doing and they'll get you into these other spaces. So now, our generation is more concerned about the money.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand the whole process of how you acquire knowledge on how to do certain things. You don't understand the whole process on how you acquire information, how you get into the right spaces, being exposed to the right people, the right environment, all that thing. It's out of your window. So if I have an idea, I take time, like I'll learn as much as I can about it. I'll make sure I have the proper information, how I'll go about it. In the end, when I put out something and I bring you on board to do it, you're not saying, yo, this is not just somebody's, oh, I just woke up one day. No. I've been putting in time. I've been putting in work, effort, and, just really to learn this thing. It's like when you go to the gym, you're going there, you're putting in time and effort, so you come out, the masses, one will just look say, you boys, I also do the same.
Exactly. But they don't know the amount of time and effort.
It's different.
Exactly.
David Goggins, Spego Goggins, on a whole different level. Like this guy will put in work. Me, I'll go out for 30 minutes, but this guy is going to be out there for an hour, pushing. So you don't expect us to look the same.
No.
So it's different. So you can have the energy, but then not everybody sees the same energy as well.
Yeah, very true. Like that's why I tell people to say you have the energy and everything, but do you have the heart for what we're trying to do? I've had requests, my guy, quite a lot of young people saying, okay, big man, if I send when you're going to do your works, right? And I'm like, okay, that's okay, but how are you going to help me? Ngatwaya na ko mampera ko something, then I'm like, okay, this person's head is in the money, right? Not on learning a skill, or maybe like nobody has ever followed me in my creative space to tell me to say, big man, therefore if you could say lights now, I'm going to edit something. Everyone is just saying, they category it's big man, coin. Do you understand? So it's hard for me to even like put on someone in terms of that, because I'm thinking of it to say, they've been a kakosa, we only shabu to call. Tap saying in us, queen, there's no difference. Yeah, I said there is a sharp,
and like that's just like the person's thinking process. So when we talk about role models and we say these are people that we aspire to be like, we are just looking at them based off their lifestyle. There was that thing I came across the other day. I don't know if I sent it to you. It was about how one guy was saying social media has now turned us into TV characters, explained why.
I don't know if you're the one who shared it or I just found it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, it was on my status.
On your status.
And how we are entertainers for other people. So if I make money today and I post about it, let me say this. Depression is real. I understand.
True.
Yeah.
Mental health is real. I understand. But you know that there are certain things that are self-inflicted.
Yeah.
When you talk about
very true.
being in your own space and just owning that space, people post that, but they don't really know what it means to be in your own space.
Yeah.
If he posts saying, "Oh, business was good today," he's posting, he's posting his wins. I feel depressed about it. The other day, I took time. Like my mind is never idle, so I was thinking about how we are going towards the end of the year. And I put this up on my status. I think it was just a reminder to people saying, "Yo, it's okay if the only thing that you've done this year is survive. Like that's a win for you." So in the next couple of weeks, people are going to be posting different things, what they have accomplished this year, how far they've come. There's someone on the other end that is
We've
going
been
to
seeing
see that,
trips.
and they are going to be depressed about it.
I have a friend. So him, I've tried to help him in one or the other in trying to have a conversation, right? But as I'm somewhat boys, in most cases, is like, bro, now money for postulation, now money for postulation, Ninji, it's come boys, boy, not shy, shy. How can I say that in my own lane? How can I be left behind? But I'm in my own lane. You understand? So it's like many people are not living their lives; they want to live other people's lives. Like the way I can move from here to there is different from how you can move from there to there. So let's say umuntu natampuraka the 10 steps. Maybe I was sleeping. How am I going to find that guy? I need to run for me to find that person. You understand? But not me seated and just looking at my guys' wins and I'm like, rich boys, what am I doing about it? That's now why people are getting into depression, because they now want to win. In terms of winning, they're finding themselves in doing so many weird things. You understand? Many people are doing so many weird things just so they can have the money. You become this or that, something that is really, something you can regret in future, to say this step I took, I wasn't supposed to take this. Go into theft, go into cultism. There's so many other awkward things. And it's now, in most cases now, it's on the youths, right? When I speak of youths, I'm not just speaking like people who are like in 20s, 30s, even teenagers now. On social media, like you said, there are role models. We get back to the story. Their role models is always in Dubai, this, that. Don't know how that person went to Dubai. Yes. Don't know if that person worked for 3 years to save, or maybe that person was just taken by sugar daddy or sugar mommy or something. You just feel like, I need to get back to Dubai. You end up finding yourself in a very wrong, awkward, very bad and awkward situation. It's bad.
The way I see it these days, you'll find that people have a different idea of a role model. They would see somebody dress a certain way or spend on something, and they would also want to do that, but they don't know where that person is getting that income, one, and what that person is actually doing, and how those things are actually impacting those people. For them, they just want to be on top, live the flashy life, forgetting their own space. A lot of people don't have good self-esteem about themselves.
And about
Trust
being
me.
flashy, there's one thing. I tell this to people, I don't care their religion or whatsoever. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. But I believe no matter how you go in science, if you lie to yourself, you're an atheist or whatsoever, could say dark matter is above 90 something percent. You understand? The more you post this flashy life and you're not living that life, trust me, my guy, it's gonna be hard to live that life. It's gonna be very hard to live that life. It's not about motivation. It's like you're faking. You're faking a life. What are you doing? You're building a negative energy around you. I would rather look at a person who is posting about their process of them achieving something, even if they fail to do it. But at the end of the day, they tried.
But are they even failing though? It's
They
like
are
what we say,
not.
it's not fail like
They are
starter
learning.
collection, because they're learning.
Yes. They are learning
The
along the
fact
way.
that you came out and you tried to do something, you didn't really. You go back to the drawing board. How do I adjust? And you shoot again.
Well, you see, this podcast we started, we didn't really study that mediocre type of way. You understand? We had everything around that we can use, but we're like, I feel let's try to do it. Many people are thinking we might, like, maybe we started because we saw other people do it. But to be honest, this was something that we sat down and were like, okay, how are we going to be of good value in our society? You understand? And of us being good value in our society, what are we trying to get at the end of the day? What are we trying to give to the people? It's not about us being selfish. the whole process, if you watch the first episode, second episode, something is poor, something is bad. My guy, it's a process, right? And video by video, there is an improvement. That's how life is. You can't just wake up today and become a president. There are steps in there, my guy.
And that's one thing that I like that point. That's one thing I like, like
Yeah.
people usually think you just wake up and you're big,
And
you're
you're big.
like you're the next big thing,
Uh-huh.
but it takes time and process.
Very true.
You also need to invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, how do you
How
expect
do you expect?
to build that wealth that you want, or that
Exactly.
level of thinking that you want?
My brother, before you even go very far, as in the creative space I am, right? I'm in the music business, not in the industry. Music business. I have a music group CEO. So I learned one thing when I was talking to this. There's a certain record label from South Africa. It's under Universal Music Group. So they told me to say, my guy, let us look at your portfolio. Your music is good, but let us look at what? Your portfolio. So that we see what we're going to do from there. So they checked my portfolio and then they're like, this is the deal we're going to offer you. I looked at the deal, I was like, nah. Then they told me the reason. You've not invested much in your career for us to invest more in your career. You understand? Like you have the talent, it's okay. But what if we make you and you just go to a different level? We need to see that the numbers are adding up with everything so that when we invest in you, we know to say at the end of the day, we're going to get something out of it. So that's why I tell people also to say, in terms of working hard, for people that love other people investing in them, first work on yourself. When you work on yourself, somebody's going to see what you have put in yourself for them to know how it's going to benefit them to help you, you know?
Yeah,
I
so
was
with that, I think we should also be closing. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Like, what are your
before
final thoughts before we close?
before we even close, my final thoughts are on what Lord Mook was actually just explaining right now. Kayanga ni testimony.Ganishan, So me, the space that I'm in, I do part-time businesses and whatnot because one day I pray to God I'll be a very big business tycoon with time. So I've sat with so many of these big businessmen and whatnot, and they've always told me to say, then invest in yourself. And the time I started investing in myself, I just got a phone call because me, where are you? I'm like, I'm home. Come. I've been saying your business. Do you have records of how your business has been running? I'm like, yes, I do. I showed him the records and whatnot, and then he says, don't worry, I'll call you. He calls me a week later and just tells me, Mr. G, I've sent something in your account to add on to what you want to do. And I want to see you do good things. And from there, bro, I was like, you really need to invest in yourself for people to actually see the momentum to say, this is where you are going, you see. There are people who would see where your vision is at and want you to even rise high. Like Mr. Kachiza, welcome.
That's fine.
Yes,
So here
sir.
are my final thoughts. Shout out to Vernon, Vernon Stitches,
Stitches.
for always making sure the drip is on point.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Mr. Mata for always being there. Big man.
Mr. Matari Kwensara.
Like you need to give people props. So shout out to everybody that has been, liking, subscribing to YouTube channel, watching every episode. So we say this is the fourth episode. So if you've
Boom.
been with us from the first episode, we talked about, progression. We want you to look at the first video, look at the second, third, and now look at the fourth video of what we've done. If it tells you like we're on the same page, we are not progressing in any way, please feel free to unfollow and unsubscribe. But if it shows you saying like, there is so much progress that is being made, like, subscribe, and always remember to share.
And leave a comment, please.
Yeah, so
We'll have comments.
Don't forget
let
to
us know what your
subscribe.
thoughts are on what we put up as role models now. You know. And shout out to Dre's Barbershop because we're here today.
Shout out to Eric too.
Shout out to Eric,
Vasco.
Platinum FM, Vasco.
Yes, shout out to Vasco.
Yeah, shout
And
out
Mr.
to Roxa,
Patrick.
by the way. Yeah,
Who's
and shout out,
Roxa? We Roxa.
and shout out to Patrick as well. Shout out to Dre,
Roxa
everybody.
Mwamulira.
Na Bajo, nani mwana naye mwafwemo. Shout out to Bajo Paria, Patrick Paria, everybody in this space. You know. Shout out to Chipo, by the way. Chipo is behind the camera.
Big man.
Shout out to Chipo. Chipo go Guinness. Stay hard, my brother. Sharp.
Not to up. Okay. So, Muntuan,